Hey guys, have you noticed how many people are talking about plant-based food trends lately?
Yes, I've been seeing it a lot on social media. I think it's really interesting that people in Peru are starting to shift towards vegetarian, vegan options, especially in urban areas like Lima. It's a huge change.
Yeah, definitely. In the past, our cuisine was all about meats, especially in the traditional dishes. But now it seems like there's more awareness about the impact of meat consumption on health and the environment. Do you think this is shift something that will last?
To be, especially since more people are becoming interested in sustainable living. I mean, there are these new vegan restaurants popping up in Lima, and even the big chains are introducing plant-based dishes. But I'm not sure if it's just a trend that will fade. What do you think?
I believe it could stick around. I mean, look at the rise of quinoa and other Asian grains. They're usually everywhere. It's not just a trend, it's about rethinking how we eat. There's a lot of demand for healthier alternatives, and Peru has so many ingredients that support that.
Yeah, true. And let's not forget about the superfoods like camu camu or chia. Those have been marketed a lot too. But sometimes I wonder if people are jumping on the bandwagon because it's popular, not necessarily because they understand the benefits.
Can see that, like with food ads, sometimes they can be misleading. You see a product being advertised just like super healthy or zero fat, when it's really just the same thing in a fancier package. I think the advertising around food trends can be a bit too exaggerated at times.
Yeah, I totally agree. I don't know if I completely believe in food trends or the ads. Sometimes they're just trying to sell something with a label like organic or gluten free without really explaining why it's better. People should be more critical about what they see.
Exactly. That's why it's important to do your own research before jumping into these trends. But I also think it's great that there are bigger conversation happening around food choice. It's a good opportunity to learn more about all culture and the diversity of Peruvian ingredients.
Absolutely. And talking about restaurants, do you think the food we eat in them is worth the price?
It depends. I went to some places where I feel like the food didn't justify the price. The portions were small, and I didn't feel like I was getting something really special for that I paid. But they are significantly high-end restaurants where it's more about the experience than just the food.
I agree. I love trying new places, but sometimes it's just better to stick with the traditional small eateries. They offer amazing dishes at a much more reasonable price. I think the trend towards more expensive fusion restaurants can be a bit overrated.
Yeah, I think it's all about balance, you know. There are some really good portable restaurants that focus on our traditional ingredients, such as papa huancaína or ceviche. That's why I enjoy the most.
Definitely, Peruvian traditional food is still the best, but I also like the creativity that comes with some of the new trends. For example, quinoa burgers. I have tried one, and while it was different, I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I've tried quinoa burgers too. They're good, but I think we need to make sure we don't lose our authentic flavors. People shouldn't forget where these trends come from and what they're based on.
I agree. We should let trends take away from the true essence of our cuisine, but I think there's room for both traditional and innovation.
Yeah, exactly. There always space for evolution in food, but it should respect the roots of our culinary culture.
Well said. I excited to see how these trends evolve, but I hope they always honor the rich diversity of Peruvian food.
Absolutely. It's the best of both worlds, new trends that still reflect our heritage.